EA Sports is proud to present today's PGA Tour coverage. Hello again and welcome. Rich Lorder alongside my friend and colleague Frank Novelo. Frank, we've called golf all around the world, but never at a golf course quite like this.
Rich, we've picked a perfect day. It's usually here about 64 people running around, battling it out for domination.
Seems to like it. Headed for the fat part of the green. That is a green in regulation as the approach shot hits the first green, but he is by no means in for par yet. A lengthy putt coming up. That's not how you picture it, Frank, when you step on that first tee.
No, you'd like to go back to that first tee right now and start again.
These putts keep the round together. Even par early on. Frank, as we look at the second, your average hole with, say, a few bunkers, maybe even a pond, that would be a walk in the park compared to what I'm seeing right here.
Yeah, early surveillance said that guard shack just to the right of the green is actually not empty, so be a little aware of that when you cross the bridge. Green just 167 yards away, though, from the tee.
Appears to be a smart shot, Frank.
Yeah, no problem here. That's going to fly all the way.
Just an incredible shot. That is a very makeable putt after a great approach. Well played. Frank had the touch of a plumber right there.
Yeah, you'd like a reader, wouldn't you? Wake up, wake up!
So a tester from 4 feet. Still playing even for the day after the par.
A little bit of guesstimation required here. Radio in the yardage, 216 yards to the middle of the green, and you've got to carry the destroyer. So this has to come down from quite a bit of height. Wind a little off the left.
Needless to say, tough defense setup around this green.
Yeah, well protected.
Frank, this golf course is surrounded by water, just a few tiny islands strung together to create these 18 super cool looking par threes.
Yes, Rich, and with all that water comes a lot of lost balls. When this base was still active, many of the soldiers would play the course in the tee box. They just get backed up really quickly. It was so bad that they created a local rule for balls in the water. So if you hit your ball in the water, you do what they've always done. You just drop one up next to the green and you take a stroke penalty. Pretty good rule. When you consider the length of that putt, that's a good putt. Even par, currently.
In for par. Frank, here at the fourth, there's an awful lot going on.
There certainly is. Solar panels, radar tower is up and ready to go, so it will confirm the landing on the other side if it's successful. This rather long par 3 around the 230-yard mark, so this is going to be all carry. Got to land that ball on the green. It will not run through that beach area. And of course the trees and the palm trees all the way around. If this isn't floated properly, it will not find the destination.
Seems like too much for just one man. This looks like a job for an entire flight crew, Frank.
Well, Rich, we should dig ourselves a trench and see what happens.
He has this for birdie. In red figures at 1 under par.
Blind tee shot, got to go over those two rocks in front of you. Just keep it right of those palms in the distance. Oh, this is straight at it.
This is a really good line. That's good stuff right there. Wonderful approach, and now a really good look at birdie. Frank going for another birdie here.
Just to get on a real roll.
Well, there's an opportunity wasted.
Just knock it in for a par, and let's forget about this one. Golf is not about perfect. But it's going to hurt the course.
Frank here at the 6th, a really fascinating hole.
It is mid sort of 200 yards, shared greens, a bit like St. Andrews. But because you're hitting it over an island, you're almost going to have to parachute this tee shot in here and get it to land softly. There's a lot of things going on behind to the left and the side. It's like a little village that you're heading into. Hopefully you don't need a passport. Should be safely on deck.
He'll be pleased with that. The approach shot is about 12 feet away. He can really get red hot with a putter. Let's see what McIlroy does. Well, that was just a lousy putt right there. No other way to say it. Settles in over the putt. 1 under for the round. Frank, I don't know if it's legal, but a player might want to get a detailed map from high overhead, maybe from a bomber squadron flying by, just to get an idea of what they're navigating on this hole.
Well, if you can't call one in, you can always go up one of those lookout towers and maybe get a good surveillance of the hole, or even the wind direction. It's not overly long, just under 160 yards. Green sets up nicely, though, directly aiming at the player at the tee.
Really good distance control there, playing well to his strengths. Shouldn't be a problem here, but not a formality either. So close. Not this time. Routine stuff for Rory, that's a par. Now to the 8th hole, Frank, you really just need to follow the trail down to the green here at Parcel Storm.
Barracks are probably the biggest problem in front of you. They're just short and left of this par 3 green. For the very observant, though, they'll notice a little one-on-one, perhaps a little basketball court just along the left side.
A little 3-point shooting contest? You and I later on?
This is a par 3.
Just a superb shot.
You're not going to see much better than that all day today.
A makeable putt right here. He is currently sitting at 1 under par. Collects another birdie with that stroke and goes to 2 under. Rounding out this front 9 mission here, the 9th hole, shot over the building.
I need to be careful. The front left of the screen is guarded by a tower, and anything right, you'll be ducking for cover in the trenches.
Been a real battle out here today. Just need to keep it all together. You can see a little bit off balance on the tee, and that one is going to be in the rough. Pretty good result right there, considering...
It looked rough all the way.
Exactly.
Rich, really did. Really. This is an awkward length.
Well, you're not going to make that putt all the time, but you'd like to at least get it to the hole.
If he keeps putting like that, he's going to be an announcer in no time.
Nice par to remain at 2 under. Well, that was a nearly flawless performance on the front side, but Frank, we know it's an 18-hole game, isn't it?
That's right. Now's not the time to pat yourself on the back.
Seems to like it. Looks like it's headed for the green. That is superbly executed inside of 5 feet. Just a sensational approach shot. Eyeing this putt for a birdie. Third birdie of the round. The 11th hole here at Parcel Storm in the South China Sea. What a day it's been playing through these wrecked battleships. All of the obstacles out there. You see the windmills, and now just a short shot, Frank. That will be a great look at birdie. Not a gimme, but well within his range. Well, you have to like that. 4 under. Frank, this is a daunting tee shot, isn't it?
This has to be hit perfectly.
What a nice shot. Right on the green and a pretty easy putt on the way. Frank, see if he can get the hat trick here.
Oh, things are looking so good. Strokes good, swings good. Let's see if it goes in.
That's a birdie for McIlroy. He's just so explosive. Going right back to the large island here at the 13th, Frank.
Trenches behind will certainly protect anything that goes a little bit long. Left of this green, you better call in the Navy. Oh, this is right at it.
Frank, he's knocking them down and picking them up.
Oh, it's just taking pins out, one after the other.
Good chance here. Currently at 5 under par. Frank had the touch of a plumber right there.
Yeah, you'd like a redo, wouldn't you? Wake up, wake up!
And getting ready for the putt. Just an amazing display. The records continue to fall. Frank, this looks like a green where if things didn't go well, you might find yourself just walking around in a bit of a haze, maybe talking to an old volleyball that washed ashore.
It's almost like a booby trap, Rich. It looks way too easy after some of the other holes we've seen. I've got this sort of sneaking suspicion there's something out there. It just looks like a green, just perched up there with very little trouble around. That's got me thinking there might just be something out there.
Midway through this back nine, could use this birdie here at the 14th. Rory McIlroy looking to take advantage with this putt. Continues to amaze. Yet another birdie, and what a day it's been. Now to the 15th, and Frank, where exactly is the green here?
Well, I think you need the Jungle Book to try and decipher this one. Little short par 3 up and over there. There is a green in amongst that jungle. And even the green has its own little mini jungle in it.
This is one of my favorite holes on this golf course. This is a good-looking shot. That is how it's done right there. What an approach shot. This for birdie. So with that make, now at 7 under par. Just take a look out at the battleships burning, those solar panels, the bridges, the barracks. You know you're not at your dad's country club anymore. Not terrible, but not his best.
Yeah, outside chance really for birdie, but really it was a rather poor approach shot.
Speed wasn't bad on that long putt, but the read wasn't very good. Par for McIlroy, but you're just waiting for that moment when he hits that accelerator and pulls away. Now to the 17th hole, and as we come to the end of this round, you salute the players because they're out there carrying not only their golf clubs, but the med kits and the meal packs, because this is no ordinary golf course. You have to be on alert, high guard all the time. Appears to be a smart shot, Frank.
Yeah, no problem here. That's going to fly all the way.
Terrific golf shot. And now that for an easy birdie. So a tester from 4 feet. 8 is not enough. That is 8 under par with that birdie. Now the finishing hole, Frank, and just a spectacular looking hole.
Yeah, chance to complete our mission should we succeed here at 18. If anything, you want to keep the ball a little left of the flag. Otherwise, we're off the beach.
This won't hurt him, Frank.
Just a little left of the flag. That's fine.
Great way to finish off the final approach shot with a birdie opportunity. These putts keep the round together. Oh, man.
Just pushed it.
Boy, that hurts. Just for par. Did the job right there. Frank, I have to say, I've been impressed by the level of golf today. Really came out here with a solid game plan and executed.
And consequently, a very solid round. Continuing with that kind of play can certainly put you in the winner's seat.